Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Internet issue, sorry.
for your
Actually, like 5
patience.
things happened,
Right.
before
We had a
we
camera
were
issue, and then my internet was like, "How about no?"
and we were even like, "Should we meet early to get the set?" Because we changed the settings for the Resident Evil stream, and we're just like, "Oh, but we know how to do it, it's easy." And then the thing was like, "You have an update." Well, I'm gonna skip that. I accidentally updated. It wouldn't let me go in unless I updated, so shoot. And then that turned off a whole bunch of stuff, and then internet, blah, blah, blah. Sorry about that. Good to be here.
We're here now. That's what matters, Doug. You're here now. You're here for the
With
people. The
With good
people of
people.
the internet. They've demanded Doug
people.
Walker. And
They
Doug
demanded
Walker
the bald
is here.
one.
Yes, the bald one. Yes. Maybe that's why your camera broke. It was like, I can't handle
just about the reflection.
bald whiteness.
It's like going through the Stargate, both in Stargate and 2001.
Exactly. But yeah, let me go through the rules here so that we can get to these questions since we were delayed here. First and foremost, we give priority to the bit messages and super chats since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, sometimes we have time for highlighted questions on Twitch or regular chat questions on YouTube, but please save those questions towards the end of stream because if you say them now, we may not be able to have them repeated, or don't repeat yourself. Wow, I'm doing a great job after being so
it's that kind of stream,
discombobulated, with everything happening. Anyway, save your question towards the end if it's not a paid question, basically, because I can't scroll back and see it. Please don't repeat yourself over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or banned if you're going to continuously do that. On the YouTube side of things, we prioritize super chats that are $5 and over. We of course appreciate any support, but we do have a large volume of questions coming in, and it's just a way that we can prioritize some questions and still be able to get to the non-paid questions, okay? Also, you don't need to repeat your bit messages or your super chats. I know on the YouTube side of things, sometimes you can see your chat get unpinned. Do not worry. We have a list of questions. You don't have to repeat it. It is very, very rare that we actually miss a question. You just need to have some patience because sometimes we can get up to an hour or more behind. Have some patience. We will get to it. Please watch the length of your question. The longer it is, the faster we have to read it, and the less likely it is that we understand it and we have time to go back and reread it and figure it out. So short and to the point is better. That also applies to parts. If you absolutely must break your question up into, or comment up into multiple parts, leave it at 3 absolute max. Again, otherwise we tend to just lose the point and we don't have time to go back and figure out what you were trying to say. Along those same lines, please keep it to 1 question per bit message or super chat. Again, we have a large volume of people who want to ask questions. It doesn't feel fair if you get to have 5 just because you paid $5. Okay, so keep it to 1 question per bit message or super chat, please. I feel like no spoilers, okay? I don't know why they keep dropping 3 episodes of Andor at once, but I've only watched 1, okay? Don't give me any Andor spoilers.
I've seen 2 and a third.
Okay.
So I'm catching up, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not even halfway through yet of all the episodes out. It's crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely. So no spoilers. I think that's it.
Think we good.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's just get to it then. Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Top 3 favorite Michael Caine performances.
Oh, sheesh. Well, so funny story for a while. I didn't hate Michael Caine, but I didn't think he was that great an actor, and I think I just didn't see the right stuff. Now, I've seen The Right Stuff. That's a good movie. But, the, like, his best stuff. So I do like his Alfred. I know it sounds silly, but I really liked him in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, where anyone hasn't seen it. I think because that was my intro to him. So I really like that. Yeah, what else? I'm trying to think of something that isn't just the supportive old guy. I never did see not Bridges, Madison County. What's it called? Cider House Rules. One of those award movies that has a lot of names in it. Jaws: The Revenge, fantastic, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. Outside of that, I remember seeing Get Carter years ago. I like that, so I guess I'll say that.
Okay, cool. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen the animated sitcom The Great North?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, there's I thought of like Norm in the North, and there's a show called like North of North or something like that.
Okay,
So it's just
yeah.
like, which one is that? I'm like, oh, like the good one, yes. I really liked it. I haven't seen all of it. I dropped off at some point, maybe like the last two seasons, something like that. It is good, but it is very similar to Bob's Burgers. It's one of those where it's like, yeah, I'll catch up to it, but I got Bob's Burgers, so I'm not in a rush to see it. But it is good. I do like it.
Chat, quick question for you. I see my camera is really choppy. Doug's not choppy though, right? It's just me, right? Let me know if we're all choppy or if it's just me. I don't know what's going on today. Um, let's see. Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen A Time to Kill with Matthew McConaughey and Samuel L. Jackson?
Years ago, it's one of those where I don't remember being like especially good or bad. I just remember some of the acting being really good. Like Samuel Jackson, Big Shock is really great in it. I think that's all I remember. I remember the other actors in it, but I don't really remember their performances. But sometimes just a good Samuel Jackson is all you need.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen Taken 2008? And if so, what are your thoughts?
I haven't. Isn't that funny? It's this really popular movie. Everybody quotes that long speech that he makes in the trailer, but I've never actually seen it. I probably should.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 500 bits. Happy Wednesday. Have you seen the movie Sinners? If so, what are your thoughts? I thought it was incredible.
Yeah, I gotta see it. I'm very impressed by its second weekend. That whether it's a franchise or not a franchise, that just does not happen. It wasn't even a 5% drop. That's amazing this day and age. So yeah, no, that definitely makes me want to check it out even more.
Jace, thank you for the $5 super chat. Discovered something more terrifying than the substance. I listened to the story as well as the audio from the game. I have no mouth and I must scream.
I I think I've seen a little bit. I've never played the game, but I've watched like a little bit of it just to see what on earth it is because I heard about it so much, and it is something. I can't. I don't think I got all the way through it. I think I kind of skimmed it because it is a game. It's quite a bit of time, and I don't have a ton of time. But from what I saw, it was pretty out there.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Good evening, all. Doug, they announced the Animal Farm remakes cast with Seth Rogen voicing Napoleon. Thoughts?
What?
What?
Okay. So, I'm trying to see how that could work because, like, the second half, he does become like a drunk. He becomes like this drunk tyrant. So it's kind of like, all right, maybe, and that's a big maybe you could pull that off, but oh, I don't know. That sounds like they're combining Animal Farm with Sausage Party. I'm just not seeing that. I mean, I'll wait and see, but I don't know. That has me worried.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. How would you rank Sean Connery's performance in James Bond, The Last Crusade, Hunt for Red October, and The Rock?
I mean, they're all good. The Rock is probably his least, but it's still good. It's still fun. My introduction to him was actually Indiana Jones. So finding out, but I knew what James Bond was. I knew the lines and everything. So when I found out later that was James Bond, I'm like, no, wait, what are you talking about? He's an old fuddy duddy and everything. Then I saw Hunt for Red October, and I'm like, oh, he is James Bond. So I like when a person that looks so distinct and has just an unmistakably almost silly, but let's just say it, he has a silly voice to come across as so many different characters and be convincing as them is very, very impressive.
Taylor with Ty, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug, did you see Sinners?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'll see if I can get to it this weekend. I do have to see Thunderbolts this weekend, but I'll see if I can get to Sinners.
Multi, thank you for the $5 super chat. Will you ever review the Val Kilmer Island of Dr. Moreau? It screams for a review.
That's another one. I've never actually seen it all the way, and for some reason, I always start it, I always get like maybe 15, 20 minutes in, and then something happens where just I don't know, something just stops me from finishing the rest of it. And I never get to watch it, which is fine because actually the first 15, 20 minutes is very good. So I'm curious to see how it all goes downhill. But I don't know. One of these days, maybe I will. But yeah, sadly, I haven't gotten a chance to. I hear it's pretty insane.
WC, thank you for the $2 super chat. Nate, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you. In reference to my question last week on the Spawn remake, my best friend thinks it's a bad idea for the comics creator Todd McFarlane to direct it since it's much more difficult to direct a film compared to making comics.
Yes, but
they are still both like visual languages, you know what I mean?
I mean, when Frank Miller and Rodriguez did the Sin City movie, and even he had to be convinced. Rodriguez had to convince him to come aboard and help him direct it. The way he says, "Well, the storyboards are already right there. We just want the comic to be the storyboards, basically." And yes, there's more to it than that, but like Heather said, there already is a visual language that they do usually have an understanding of. But yes, if you have like this picture of somebody punching someone, this huge line of dialogue, this big word bubble of dialogue, a movie doesn't work that way. But I don't know. I'm very curious because the way comic book artists are and everything, that's either going to be pretty cool or it's just going to be a complete disaster, but it'll be like an entertaining disaster. You know what I mean?
James, thank you for the $10 super chat. Doug, why did no one know how to properly use their Leslie Nielsen after Naked Gun films, with the only exception being Dracula Dead and Loving It, which is actually one of the more faithful versions?
Even then, I have a lot of debate about that. But I don't know. Somehow, some actors get typecasted, and when that happens, I think people that use them have an understanding of what makes them funny, and they don't. That's my only guess. Well, again, what's so humorous is that he's a good dramatic actor, but I'm assuming the comedic ones paid best because Naked Guns made a lot of money and an airplane and everything. So yeah, it is a shame he didn't get a chance to do more dramatic stuff because he actually was very good.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on the movie White Christmas?
I think we talked about this before. Unpopular opinion, I'm not a fan of it. I love the beginning. I love the ending. Everything in the middle is a complete bore. I don't care. I don't like the people. I don't get into a lot of the songs or the dance sequences. I'm not even saying they're terrible. They're just not interesting to me, and the story's not interesting. But I do legit really love the beginning and the ending. Everything with the, was it a colonel, general, whatever. That was all wonderful. But yeah, everything else, and when people go to see it on the big screen and everything, it just sounds like a nightmare to me. It sounds like a snooze fest.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, next year for its 30th anniversary, would you consider doing an NC for Fargo? Lots of good stuff to talk about.
On YouTube, I don't know, man. I think they get yanked off pretty fast, sadly. Because, yeah, I mean, it's the same reason we don't do the Indiana Jones movies, because YouTube has these weird rules of things they'll yank off. But we had to redo Tarzan, a G-rated movie, because the way the character dies, they're like, up, you can't show that. It's like, what? And even though we don't know, we think that's it. When we re-edited it, it didn't seem to get taken down for that. So, yeah, it's Fargo has that in spades. So I can't. I don't know. I don't see that working.
Sorry, there's a lot of things happening right now.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh, hold on. JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Any plans for Star Wars Day?
All right. That's right, May 4th.
May 4th.
That's right. When is that? That's that's Sunday. No. I always forget about it.
Okay. Sorry,
everything okay?
No, a whole bunch of the YouTube stuff is gone. I'll figure it out in just one second.
No.
Just give me 1 second if you don't
Okay,
mind.
okay. All right. Well, everybody, we are just gonna let Heather work her magic here. So I'm gonna ask you Oh, a question.
Okay,
Are you now,
I
or have
think I
you
got
ever
some.
been
I
a
think I got
member
it.
of Oh, okay, sure, got it.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. Plans to review Secretariat. The first director got fired for clashing with the studio over historical accuracy, and I heard the lead was replaced by CGI.
What? Like an actor or the horse? What does that mean? I never did see it. It might be a Disney movie, so maybe I could do it for Disney December. I definitely can't see many people clicking on that, but it might give me an excuse to check it out because that does sound kind of interesting.
Nate, thank you for the $10 super chat. Would you ever consider doing an NC on the 2005 Longest Yard remake? Having seen both versions, I actually do prefer Sandler's version. He gives a great performance, and Burt Reynolds is in both.
Yeah, I haven't seen either. It sounded like a silly idea, but I think that's part of the charm, I guess. It just never really grab me. But I did hear the Sandler's was okay. That's one of the ones where I know, like, when his movies usually come out, there's usually they get panned, and that one I think either was half and half or got panned less. You know what I mean? So there's probably something there.
James, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, will you please give us a clue as to what next week's review will be?
Um, I mean, there's really nothing I can say except it's a cruel, cruel world, all you little boys and girls.
Crunch Along, thank you for the $5 super chat. NC for the Trans Spotter. You haven't made fun of Jason Statham yet.
Yeah, I guess I haven't. I've only seen bits and pieces of what transporter, right? I think that's what they were trying to say. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I don't remember it being bad, but maybe I didn't see the sillier. I did see the opening where they brought in an extra guy and he was talking about the math doesn't work and he can't drive unless he gets out. Like, that was pretty great. I haven't seen anything else. Maybe that's the one I should do. I don't know. Because you're right, I haven't done Jason Statham. That was me combining the names. Movie.
Ultimate Frozen fan, thank you for the $5 super chat. You mentioned it was funny seeing Disney's name on certain things. Well, a cardboard stand up for Alien Romulus at my theater said, "The Walt Disney Company."
That is pretty funny.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, please review Blame It on Rio 1984 with Caine. It's on par disgusting wise with Garbage Pail Kids.
Okay. I'll give it a look. I doubt I'll review it because even if I watch, I'm like, man, that was awful. I've never heard of anyone that's heard of it. You know what I mean? And again, we do half of what we want to talk about and half what, we'll get clicks as well. So very unlikely, but I'll try to check it out.
God of Chaos, thank you for the $5 super chat. Writing advice question. What are the right and wrong ways to write pure/original evil?
I don't know if there is a right or wrong way. I mean, context goes so far. You can look at someone like, Ramesses from Prince of Egypt. That's a very complex, interesting character, very sympathetic. And then you can look at someone like, I don't know, Jack Horner from like Puss in Boots, who's just pure evil, comedic, over the top evil, or Frollo, who doesn't have much sympathy to him. And neither are wrong. And then you can have a character like Darth Vader who starts out pure evil, and then you find out more. You sort of find out more about his humanity and everything. So yeah, I don't know if there's a right or wrong way. I think it's one of those where you just kind of try something, see what works, and listen to the best feedback that sounds legit, that actually does kind of speak to you and says, this feels right or this doesn't feel right.
Okay, sorry, I'm a little lost as to where we are because things are
Also,
happening.
yeah, sounds like crazy stuff.
We asked already about, have you seen A Time to Kill with Matthew McConaughey, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did we already answer if you've seen Taken 2008?
Yes.
Okay.
I think a couple after that, yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Catching back up then.
See, even just mentioning that scene from Tarzan got them to say, "Nope, cut the stream. You can't even talk about that scene from Tarzan."
Things are popping around. Why are you like this right now?
You too,
Beautiful.
what are you
Hate
doing
that.
to
All right.
me?
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Surprised today's review wasn't sky high. Figured that's one you wanted to cover and get more attention for a while now at this point.
Yeah, did I not have that on the list? You're right, because I remember saying that, and I was like, wait, was that not on my list recently? Maybe it wasn't. I might have accidentally deleted it. I will add that back on the list, because you're right, I do want to talk about that movie.
James, thank you for the $10 super chat. It should be clarified there is going to be 2 Predator films this year. The animated one on Hulu in June and a live action one people were talking about last time coming in November.
Yeah, I heard something about like an anthology. Was it a movie? I thought it was a show. Maybe it was a movie. And then one that's actually like, I guess, following like the point of view of the Predator, I think. That look kind of neat. So they both look cool. They're cool ideas. And I like the director who did Prey is directing one of them, which I think is really, really cool because I liked Prey. So yeah, no, I'm excited for them.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, what do you think of Ben from the Walking Dead game? I did not even remember who he was, to be honest with you. And then the first thing I thought when I looked at his face, I was like, oh, that coward. Yeah, so I mean, he's not my favorite. He's kind, but I don't know. I don't remember having too many thoughts on him, I guess. So, sorry.
He's a coward.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, when are you going to give an NC for the first Santa Claus film, since the film is considered a Christmas classic?
Maybe this year. That's another one. It's like, do I have that? I'm just gonna keep my list open the more I think about it. I'll double check, see if I have it on there, but maybe if not this year, the following year.
Nate, thank you for... Oh, I just read that. Ultimate Frozen fan, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, I watched the 1979 WB movie Time After Time this past weekend. I really enjoyed it. Any chance you could do a Nostalgia Critic on it?
I don't even think I know it. I'll try to look it up.
Tifio, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hello, Channel Awesome team. How are you guys?
Good. Hope you're doing well, too.
The 5th, Chris, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, have you seen Dungeons and Dragons with Chris Pine yet? And if so, what do you think of it?
I liked it. I don't think I got into it as much as everyone else did, but I did enjoy it. It's funny because the bit that's shown everywhere, you could argue, kind of ruins the scene, is the big eyes and the mouth and stuff. And what I like is that scene was everywhere. So I'm like, all right, I'm sure that ruined it for me. And then when it got to that scene, I was still laughing really hard. I like even when they give it away, when you get to it, it's still so funny. It's like, was it Raccoonatui, whatever, from Everything Everywhere All at Once? Like, I saw people cosplaying as that. I had the joke explained, but when I got to that point in the movie, I was still howling with laughter.
Oh yeah,
I love it when that
Raccoonatui.
happened. Yeah, I love, even when the joke is ruined for you, it's not ruined. I love it when that happens.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. I found an old 1980s adult cartoon called Gahan Wilson's The Kid. All 3 episodes are uncensored on YouTube. Gahan.
Oh, Gahan.
Space.
Wilson?
Yep.
The Kid. Let me see. First thing that comes up is the Bruce Willis movie. That's funny. I heard it. 2001 movie? Huh. Never heard of it. I'll try to check it out. A lot of people in.
Taylor, thank you for the 500 bits. What are some of your favorite Willem Dafoe performances?
Live and Die in LA is really good. I actually do really like him in the last Spider-Man movie. I thought he was really good. What else? Florida Project, he's fantastic. That's some good ones.
James, thank you for the $50 super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you. I hope the cliche of idiot bumbling cartoon dads that started with Fred Flintstone is finally dying. Good ones I can think of are Greg Universe, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Goofy, Phineas and Ferb's dad, Bob Belcher, Kim Possible's dad, and Bandit.
Yeah, and Homer, well, I don't always say Homer Simpson started out as a guy, because he didn't even start out back. He was a little too annoying, but about like season 2 or 3, like he got pretty funny, and then, as everyone's pointed out, it went too far. But yeah, I mean it's a trope. I guess like a lot of tropes. If you can do it well, I don't mind. But it is. I mean, at this point, it seems pretty old school to do that. Or I mean, if you mentioned Hal from Malcolm in the Middle, that's kind of a similar trope too, and he plays it very well.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Ever seen the Johnny Bravo Wonderful Life parody, which the angel reaches the conclusion that the world is better off without Johnny?
No, but it's funny because I did something similar without seeing. I mean, it was years ago, maybe the first 4 years, something like that, where it's a what if NC didn't exist and everybody's better off without him, to the point where the angel tries to kill him off because his life would be better. And I think when I did a commentary on it or something, I was like, "Are we the first ones to do this?" And everybody's like, "Johnny Bravo beat you to it." I'm like, "Dude."
There goes Doug. Because you know what, chat? There just wasn't enough happening. There he goes. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, I have a Frozen today.
I was frozen today.
He's mad. He's mad, chat. He's mad. We're all mad. Frozen Angry Doug. Gosh darn it. That pose.
Joy! You're back!
There he is.
You're back!
There's
Okay.
Joy.
Sorry, I was just so happy to have you back. All right, so now here's the question. Because I realized usually when this happens, it's like, oh, like, I must be frozen or something. But then, like, wait, Heather's has been having issues. So, like, maybe they're just seeing me hold this up and I wasn't sure. So, either way, some abstract streaming there, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, you were frozen on a very
I was,
angry looking
okay.
frame.
Gotcha. Well, that's why I need the joy. I need to bring the joy back.
You did. Brett, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's the worst movie adaptation of a TV series that you've seen?
Boy.
Is
Man.
it not Shyamalan's Avatar? Or not?
That's a pretty good one. I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, I feel like I'd have to look on bad movie adaptations of TV shows. Like, I'm trying to just see, like, like the Avatar is the first one that pops up. Inspector Gadget was pretty awful. I haven't even seen Dragon Ball, and I know that's a terrible adaptation, the Dragon Ball Evolution. Wild Wild West is not that show at all. Lost in Space is also horrendous. So yeah, there you go. There's a couple.
89 Sigma, thank you for the $5 super chat. Mr. Walker, do you plan to see Thunderbolts? I've read it's way better than Captain America 4. Plus, Heather looked awesome in the Toy Story video. Thank you.
It's funny because in the on the behind the scenes for that, like, I think it's in the behind the scenes, like, Walter walks in and we're like, "Hey, Walter, come see Heather, And he's like, yeah, sounds right." And like, "Really? That's it?" He's like, "Well, what do you want me to go?" Boo! Just his second reaction was so funny. Just the over the top, like, boo! But in terms of Thunderbolts, yeah, I mean, I'm weirdly excited because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, I don't know, this looks okay. I like these actors, I like these characters. My biggest fear was that there's gonna be too much of the what do we call ourselves? We're not a team, like that old BS that's like really tired now. But everything I saw looked good. It looked like it had a good bite to it as well. So I'm hoping it's good. And yeah, I'm gonna see it this week.
Rich, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, you once said the Mara Wilson revenge gag was your favorite joke ever. Is it still?
It's one of them. Yeah, it's pretty great. I do really like, just for the timing of it, I really like in the Batman v Superman review where they're talking about how hypocritical they are, that they each kill people, but they're yelling at the other for killing people. I think I just have something where I'm like, I'm saying what a great guy I am, and I don't do, like, throw a batarang, shoot a guy, and then push a button, and the Batmobile runs a guy over. Just the timing of it was so perfect. And just the way everybody who ran and got shot and ran over was great, especially Walter, again, just going like, like that when the car hits him. It's that one really, really makes me laugh.
Tifio, thank you for the $5 super chat. I only have 4 questions for this stream. The first is, what are the rules of film criticisms you wish you knew when you first started?
Uh, I don't know, because then I feel like I wouldn't learn them. You know what I mean? I mean that is the nice thing about, for the most part, film criticism. And I guess like a lot of criticism, is that it is opinion based. So there's not exact math, there's not exact rules to it. So you can make mistakes, and depending on how you handle those mistakes, how you handle the criticism, that can make a big difference. So when somebody says they don't like a review I did or a video or just anything I do, it's like I get it. I'm not for everyone, and I sometimes I like talking about it. I like talking about different viewpoints and everything. So I don't know. I'm sure there's stuff. I mean, I'm sure I like them definitely very different now compared to how I started out. But yeah, I don't know. I can't think of one like major one that's like oh this you should really really know because this is horrible what you're doing if you do this, because then I wouldn't have learned it. And because I do everything, because I do write it, edit it, act it and everything, I'm the one that can learn the lesson. I'm the one that can change it. So yeah, I know it's a very long-winded way of saying I don't know, but I don't know.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. What do you think of the villain, Emmerich Voss? I really enjoyed him. He's super over the top, but like in that kind of charming Indiana Jones way. Like he is just annoying and terrible and also hilarious. Like, oh man, I really enjoyed Voss. Except that that final boss battle was a little too far over the edge for me. In terms of like, I just had difficulty with it. It was a skill issue. It wasn't the game. It was a skill issue. It was a little bit the game. Actually, no, it was a little bit the game. I have problems with the final boss, but Maze, thank you for the $5 super chat. Howdy, Doug. Hope you're doing well. I recently got to see Sinners again in IMAX, and it's amazing. Are you gonna see it yet?
Yeah, it's funny. I don't doubt that it probably looked good on the big screen, but I was thinking, I could probably stream it. But knowing that they released it on IMAX and so many people are going back to it, I'm like, it probably is a good big screen movie. I should see it on there.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. Between To Boldly Flee, Suburban Nights, and Kick-Assia, which one would most likely sweep the Razzies if it were eligible?
I think they would just create a special Razzie combining all three together. And then just for good measure, throw in the Brawl and Uncanny Valley as well. Just get them all in there.
Ruby, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Uncle Doug, got an idea for a top 11 list for you. Top 11 animated female misfits. No, not from Gem. I mean, girls who aren't afraid to be themselves, like Webby, or even Lydia from Beetlejuice.
That's like saying just best action hero, or even like male action hero or something like that. It's just that there's just so many. I don't even know where I would start with that, what the criteria would be. Again, it's kind of like there's almost like subgenres in that. So I mean, it'd be a fun list for someone to do just to see like what they consider. But for me, I mean, that's just such a broad thing to try and nail down. So yeah, it's not a bad idea. I don't think it's for me.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you like the Clone Wars episode showing the Zillo Beast, which was clearly a King Kong inspired episode?
I'm having trouble remembering it. There's so many episodes. I just marathoned through. Looking back, I mean, I'm just having trouble finishing like the Proud Family now, which like isn't a small amount of episodes, but it's not not huge either. So I don't know how I got through all those Clone War episodes in one year. But yeah, so that one I'm sadly forgetting about. I'm sorry.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Just like your recent 20 favorite movies of all time, will you do an updated version of your 20 worst films of all time?
Yeah, maybe next week. I was kind of literally just looking at the calendar, seeing what movies are coming out, so I can have like, okay, this week I'll review this, and then this week I should have like an extra video ready. So yeah, because people seem to like the top 21, so I'll probably do that.
Taylor, thank you for the 500 bits. Thoughts on the movie Barry Lyndon?
I really like it. I don't know if it quite need it to be that long for what the story is doing and having, you do have a connection with the characters, but when you get to the end of everything, it's like, okay, this you didn't need this long to do all this. It's not something like what a psychological dive, kind of thing. It's like, all right, it's kind of somewhat surface level, but it's still really good. What I remember about is that I just started watching it because when I was young, I really got into Kubrick movies. And I saw that was a Kubrick movie, and I put it on, and I was just watching it alone. Then Rob came in, he started watching. Then my dad came in, he started watching. Then my mom came in. It just like it's already a long movie, and just by the end of like the night, the sun go down, we all just sort of started watching like really into it. And we thought we were getting near the end, and then said intermission, and all of us just collectively went, "Oh no, we can't keep going. No, we gotta stop. We gotta no." It was just like we were all on the same page. Like we're into this, but no, just no. And then we all watched it. I think the next day, but yeah, we all agreed it didn't need to be that long.
Tifio, thank you for the $5 super chat, and they actually said you can go ahead and skip it because you've answered it multiple questions because they asked if you've seen Sinners yet. So,
Oh, there you go. Well, thank you.
future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Plans to cover Wes Craven's Shocker for Nostalgia Ween. There's an over-the-top cornball one that a review would probably be primed for at this point.
I think I have it down on the list. I don't know if I'll get to it this year, but I think I was talking to Brad about it because somebody brought it up. I just never even heard of this movie, and there's a lot of like people in it. Like I just can't believe I never heard of it. And he was like, "Oh yeah, you get material out of that." So I don't know if it'll be this year, but maybe the following year.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. For Star Wars Day, which movies or shows do you watch, and do you watch them in order?
Nope and nope. I keep forgetting it's a thing. Like I get it, it's cute, May the 4th and everything, but yeah, and I do like Revenge of the Fifth. I think that's really funny. But a lot of the Star Wars movies I've just seen so many times, I just feel like I don't need to put them on again.
Hana Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. I'm assuming you grew up in the 90s. What's an 80s show or movie you get nostalgic for that's not a big one like Star Wars?
Wait, is show or movie? Is that what they said?
Yep.
So I was half and half. Because I was born in *81, so I have a lot of memories of the '80s and and '90s. I really like the early '90s a lot, and the ones I usually talk about, like Fly the Navigator, Explorers. I guess Secret Nim has gotten more attention over the years, but yeah, just sort of those like it kind of like the ones that inspired Stranger Things. I really like those kind of movies because they're not always the best known.
Lou says, Boo, thank you for the 500 bits. Who are your top 3 Universal monsters? For me, it would be Lon Chaney as the Phantom, the Invisible Man, and Frankenstein. If you can't think of top 3, do top 2 if you'd like.
Man, yeah, Frankenstein monster, Dracula. Someone's gonna say the Wolfman, but I like the movie. The Wolfman himself isn't like the idea is cool, but I don't get into the character. But it's got some weird. I feel like the Bride of Frankenstein because when they opened the Universal Monsters thing recently, and you can go meet the Frankenstein monster, the Bride of Frankenstein, and just watching this woman, like the woman would kind of translate for the Frankenstein monster, and she had like the jilting head like this. And I was like, wait, she didn't really get a chance to talk. She was just still taking in everything. It was just like like a little kid or like a cat seeing something that like freaked her out. There's something so great and tragic that's all she got. Like she had such a small amount of time, and it's just a reaction to him. He's still a monster, even though she's the bride. And you could just read so much into that, even though it's such a small amount. And again, just that look, you never forget that look. So yeah, I mean, very small amount of screen time, but I love what they did with it.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Whose voice is more annoying, Jar Jar Binks or Whitey from 8 Crazy Nights? Have fun deciding.
There's a difference. I'll say Whitey. You know what? I'll say Whitey. Every once in a while, because I'm thinking in Clone Wars, I'm like, sometimes Jar Jar can talk and I can, my ears aren't bleeding. With Whitey, they were always bleeding.
Trip, thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you have to say about this whole Snow White catastrophe?
What a surprise! I mean, as someone who didn't like the live action remake all these years, I mean, it's like, on the one hand, it's, how do I put it? On the one hand, it's satisfying to see because it's like, yeah, I've been kind of saying this for years. On the other hand, just from like a financial standpoint, I'm just like, good Lord, it costs that much. And yeah, I don't know. And there is always a part, again, the very hipster part of me that's like, well, are you disliking it for the right reasons? And it's like, yeah, and that's what I feel like a lot of people are. But yeah, because it kind of became the popular thing to hate. And sometimes it goes to political reasons. That's like, some I get, others I'm like, this is kind of a stretch. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like most people are on the same page with it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen The Gray? It stars Liam Neeson, who along with 6 other men get stranded in Alaska after a plane crash and must fight for survival while being pursued by a pack of wolves.
You don't know. This is one of those movies I've always seen in the video store, and it never really interested me. But I mean, that summary sounds pretty cool, so maybe I'll check it out.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the $2 super chat. Tifio, thank you for the $5 super chat. Should an unpopular piece of media lose its status if it's becoming a common talking point?
Lose its status? I'm not sure what they mean by that.
I'm not positive either. I'm sorry.
I mean, so if it's already unpopular, hasn't it? Oh, maybe they mean like people don't. It's unpopular that people don't like it. Everyone knows about it, but people don't like it. I see. Context is everything. And even then, I guess it's not for me to judge. I mean, that's really something that belongs to the people, isn't it? I mean, they decide, don't they?
Dr. Gold Drybowser, thank you for that 13-month membership over on YouTube. Welcome back. Appreciate that. A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, how about an NC for Disney's The Wild? I know you liked that movie while many didn't, so I think you can add something new to the movie.
I don't know if anyone would click on it. I did do a Disney December on it. Well, that's probably how you know that I actually did like it. It's not perfect. There's the opening especially is pretty slow, but I thought there were I thought there's a lot of funny writing in there actually. So we'll see. If it looks like maybe it's getting a resurgence and people like really want me to talk about, maybe I will. But that's one of those we were talking about forgotten films. Like I think that one's mostly forgotten.
Jamie, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you see the trailer for Weapons? It's a new horror movie from the director of Barbarian. The internet is losing it over it, and it looks awesome.
It does look awesome. I like there's a director now who it's like he's doing original movies and you have to go see them in order to see what they're really about. Because obviously the big thing with them is that you go into the film and people always say, don't look up anything about it. Nothing. And it's nice having a film like that in general, but it's nice having a guy who specializes in that and he's good at it. So that is nice. It could be, maybe it'll be the one that, crashes and burns. I don't know. But yeah, Barbarian and Companion, I both thought were great fun. And it's great going into both of them, just not knowing at all what they're about.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Please do an NC on Snakes on a Plane. It has arguably the most iconic Samuel L. Jackson line.
Actually, I just realized is that I never have seen it. I should, but I do have it on the list. But that's another one where I'm like, oh, so that can be tough to get past YouTube or whatever. I'm sure there's ways around. If I could do the South Park movie, I could do Snakes on a Plane. So I will. It is on the list. I'm not sure when I'll get to it, but I will.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you had a chance to see Nosferatu 2024? And if so, thoughts?
No, not yet. It's another one of those where I have like whatever queued up or pre-ordered or something like that. And everyone says it looks great, but it's really empty, apparently. I get the feeling I'm gonna agree with them, but that director's other work, even if it's empty and looks great, I'm sure it'll be beautifully empty and magnificently, look great.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. One of my favorite Michael Caine roles is from the film Alfie. It shows both his comedic and dramatic range. Highly recommend it.
I've seen that. I do like that movie. I don't know if I mean, he is pretty good. I don't know if I say it's one of his best, but he does a good job. I really like the actress in there too. I thought she did a really, really good job.
Kelly, thank you for the $2 super chat. Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Heather, in your opinion, what is the most overrated, underrated, and your favorite film franchise? Goodness gracious,
Wow.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, I'll just pick maybe my favorite since, well, no. I was going to say since Dark Knight is my favorite movie, maybe the Nolan Batman trilogy, but man, Dark Knight Rises really ruins that all because
Rises,
Batman
yep.
Begins is so good too, though.
Yeah.
Darn it. Well, maybe I'll just go with Star Wars then for my favorite.
There's a lot of those to pick from.
Yeah. Brett, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on the movie Game Night?
Oh, I liked it. Yeah, just a good comedy. Again, another comedy that has a bite to it. That easily could have been like a PG rated film, but I forget if it's PG-13 or R. I think it's R. I remember it being like some of the violent scenes were really intense, so I like it. Whatever it was, PG-13 or R, whatever. I like it. Had a real bite to it.
Tivio, thank you for the $5 super chat. To Heather, who are your favorite heartthrob actors? Val Kilmer, Tom Holland, etc. Doug with female actresses too. I love Jason Momoa. Holy cow, that man is gorgeous. I'm also a big Christian Bale fan. He's crazy, but dang, that's kind of makes him cuter because he's batshit crazy. I mean, very crazy YouTube. Sorry, I didn't say any swears.
He is crazy. The one that's really people say it's sacrilegious, but maybe more than Catherine Zeta-Jones recently, I've realized I'm like, ooh, I think I really had an attraction to this woman. At least this character she plays, Natalie Wood in The Great Race. When I was thinking back to it, I'm like, I think I actually like everything, the personality, the energy, the fashion, the style, how she looks and everything, her expressions. I'm like, yeah, I think actually even more than Catherine Zeta-Jones, this is one where I'm like, I am like really, really attracted to this. I should say character. I mean, that really is, I don't know what she was like in real life, but yeah, that is one where I was just like, yeah, I think actually Zeta-Jones might have been dethroned a little bit, but she's still second.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which TV wife do you think is more annoying? Lori from Walking Dead or Skylar from Breaking Bad?
Lori, was that the main character's wife? Hold on. Walking Dead Lori, and there's like a million ways to spell Lori.
Oh, it's Lori is what they have it spelled.
Oh, okay. I know a lot of people really didn't like her in Walking Dead. I thought she was fine. I know a lot of people really hated Walt too. Walt, I kind of got a little bit more, but like, I don't know, I didn't hate him. I thought she was fine. Breaking Bad, again, as much as any other character, I with the exception of those three, I always bring up those three: Gus, Saul, and Michael. Everyone else I don't like, and I think that's by design. But yeah, so I guess I'll say her from Breaking Bad. But again, I think that's kind of the idea.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm pretty sure this is a trap. Why are you such a big fan of Hades?
I think they're just talking about
the character
Hercules, I think. Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't even get into that movie, and I'm still like, how can you not be a fan of Hades? I mean, it is the performance. It is mainly the performance. Like the design is good, the writing's not bad, but it really is Wood's performance that just breathes this incredibly likable, infectious comedy into him. You just feel like there's so much personality leaping out at you just with how quickly he says everything, and such snark and such preciseness, and so much like a used car salesman. The fact that he's like the ruler of the underworld and everything just makes that so much funnier, and that he's the villain. So yeah, no, I love all of it.
Burnsy, thank you for the 500 bits. Will you review The Long Kiss Goodnight, Doug, Gina Davis, and Sam Jackson?
That movie is fun. That'd probably be another one I do like in January at some point, because I don't think anyone would click on it, but it is really, really fun. I do have it on the list. I'll get to it at some point.
Eccentric Gentleman, thank you for the 10-pound super chat. Would you please do a first time watching and review for the films Great by Bob Godfrey and Wind in the Willows by Cosgrove Hall? These were a huge part of my childhood, but are obscure.
Hold on. Which Wind in the Willows?
Wind in the
Uh,
Willows by Cosgrove Hall or Hal. I don't know. It's Hall, so I just assumed Hall.
Oh, I've seen that. I grew up with this. Yeah, it was a show. I thought it was a stop motion show. Yeah, they had on a Disney Channel for a while. I remember liking it. I don't know if I'll do an NC on it. I don't think anyone would click on it. I've never. The other one, was it The Great or just Great?
Great.
Great. Okay, I don't think I've seen that. I doubt anyone would click on it, so probably not. But I do remember that Wind in the Willows. That was really cool.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you know that John M. Chu, the guy who directed Wicked, also directed Gem and the Holograms movie? Talk about stepping up his game.
Yeah, well, and the nice thing too is that I know it's fun to like anyone, actors, directors, writer, all that stuff. It's fun and easy to make fun of. But yeah, we really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And there is a part of me that's like, I always want people to get better. I want to see good movies. I want to see people work very hard to make a good movie, and they have a vision, and the vision is realized and it's good. I mean, why would you not want that? And yeah, with Gem and the Holograms, like it seems like he's directed some good stuff after it. And yeah, whether he screwed up or the studio screwed up or a little bit both, whatever, it's nice to see that change happen. It's nice to see a filmmaker evolve like that. So yeah, I think it's great to see.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Were you as mad in 2006 when they dumped the Laserdisc
YouTube, Heather! YouTube!
Laserdisc masters on Star Wars DVDs?
I can't remember if I had them at that, but maybe I did. I can't remember. But yeah, I know what they did, where it's pretty much the square measurement, but they have the black bars at the top, so it's like half the resolution. Probably not as much as everyone else, because again, I grew up with them so much, and I watched them so many times on VHS. Like even when I do, I even had like the widescreen ones on VHS. So yeah, I do feel like I've just seen them over and over and over. So I'm not super angry when they don't have the proper ones out. But yes, the proper ones in high quality and the original cut should be out there.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Bruce Campbell has said that his favorite of all his characters is Briscoe from The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. Have you seen that show?
Yeah, I remember we would watch it and we could just never quite get into it. Maybe I gotta watch it again, because I did see it when it came out. That's the only time I saw it. And maybe there's more to it. So maybe I should give it a chance.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. The trailers for the new Fantastic Four credited 20th Century at the end. You think that means tying into X-Men / Deadpool somehow as a result?
Maybe. Let's see.
Kelly, thank you for the $5 super chat. I saw the theatrical version of Return of the King for the first time. Boy, does that boat scene hit different.
Oh man, you saw the other one first? Oh, that's rough. Yeah, there's this weird thing where people are like, well, you gotta show them the extended version first. Don't do that. Don't do that. First of all, why would you be so cruel to show like these over 3-hour movies to newcomers? You want to get them into it. Like that's the thing you show after they've seen it and they had a good time and they want more. That's when you show that. Obviously, you show them the books and everything too. But no, a lot of it, I mean, I've said this in the reviews, but with the exception of like the first half of Fellowship, and even then I think there's wiggle room. I think the movies for the most part are pretty well put together and structured. And those are the ones you should probably see.
Obro Productions, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen the recent Slate Auto commercials with the human taxidermy shop called The Human Grade? If not, highly recommend it. Really funny.
Sounds up my alley. I'll try to check it out.
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. Thoughts on Jeremy Jahns? For me, he's right there with you as one of my favorite movie critics.
Oh, thank you so much. Again, terrible confession. I've seen a little bit of his, and I do like it. He does good stuff. I don't have time to watch a lot of YouTubers, and I know it's gonna sound weird, but especially movie critics, which you think I would because that's like my line of work and everything. But yeah, there's not many. And when I do, his are pretty short, but I usually try to get people that are pretty short. So I'll watch like Brad Jones's reviews. Dan Merle's a very good movie critic. Man, like I'm blanking on others right now. Like that's how much I don't get a chance to check him out. But no, what I've seen of his stuff, I remember liking.
Crass, thank you for the $5 super chat. Not only is Fixed coming to Netflix, but Sony's K-pop Demon Hunter is going there too. I can't wait to watch both. Can you?
K-pop Demon Hunter. That's a great name. I'm assuming that's an anime. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's Oh wait, no, maybe it's not. You're right. That's probably live action. The more I think about it. But yeah, it is a shame the Fixed isn't getting a big screen release. But I guess I can't act like I don't understand why. I mean, that would be quite a gamble. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what he does with an R-rated something. Though, I mean, I guess is it Primal, his other show? That's pretty close to R-rated. There's no swearing, but just about everything else is in there.
Maze, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, since you did an NC on Mario movie back in 2023, could we be seeing an NC for Minecraft movie? I'm really curious to see how that would work.
Yeah, I wasn't going to, but seeing all the different reactions in the theaters and stuff, it's like I'm already getting like ideas. I'm like, yeah, I think I gotta do this when it comes out.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. If they ever did a Jetsons live action film, is it too cliche to cast Danny DeVito as Mr. Spacely?
I was gonna say he might be too old now. That's the thing. But I mean, he still looks great for his age, but he might be too old. Still, I would put up a big argument against it. I actually think a live action Jetsons movie would be pretty fun.
Crass, thank you for the $5 super chat. I forget if you did, but have you watched Mitchell's versus the Machines? By the way, the writers and director worked on Gravity Falls. I sold you, didn't I?
No, I've seen it. I like it. My only issue is I do wish it was funnier. Honestly, for about the first half of the movie, I'm looking around all the stuff going on, like, because there's a bunch of stuff in the background, the foreground, everything. I'm ready to laugh at them, and just the jokes in the background, foreground aren't that funny. So I was being let down a little bit, but then when it got to like maybe the halfway point or the last third, I thought it got pretty interesting with what it was doing with the message and everything. So yeah, I did like it. It works. It's not like one of my personal favorites, but I did enjoy it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. It has been announced that in the future seasons of Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel, there will be crossovers. Which Hell of a Boss character and Has Been Hotel character are you looking forward to seeing interact?
Man, that's a good question. Maybe was it the man? I'm already kind of like confusing them. Maybe Blitz and why am I playing the radio guy? What's his name?
Oh my gosh.
Alabaster? Is that it?
Oh, Alistair?
Alistair, I said Alabaster. Alistair, yeah, I think that'd be fun. Yeah, I think like maybe maybe like Keith David's character with Stolas would be fun too. Or what is it? Angel Dust? Is that no Angel? Is that? Yeah, Angel with Stolas. I think that'd be pretty fun too. So no, there's a ton of I mean, I think everybody knows there's a ton of possibilities with it.
Maze, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you guys have any upcoming conventions later this year? Really hoping to be able to meet the Channel Awesome crew.
Yeah, we got a couple. We got Planet FunCon. We have Kineticon. I think we're coming back to Cleveland Gaming Classic. What's the other one? Grand Rapids Comic Con. We're doing that. What was it?
I said, oh yeah, of course, Grand Rapids.
Yeah, and I feel like there's one other one, but I'm blanking on it. But yeah, so I'm slowly trying to get back into doing more of them.
Brett, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on the Nicolas Cage movie, The Family Man? Any Nicolas Cage NCs planned for the future?
I'm sure there are, but I can't think of what they are right now. I never did see it because everybody just says it's exactly what you think it is. It's the last chunk of It's a Wonderful Life, or see what your life would be like if XYZ and everything. And I hear it's not awful, but it's just exactly what you'd expect. And I'm just like one of those movies where you feel like you've seen it already. So I just never checked it out.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. At one point, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, was removed from YouTube from copyright.
Yeah, I mean, if they're just showing the whole movie, I guess that's not surprising.
Yeah. Peter, thank you for the $20 super chat. With the
Thank
seemingly
you.
increasing trend of twinning in movies actors are doing, I'd love to see A24 do a double Willem Dafoe feature. Like if he played Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde but got separated. Who would you want to see twin?
If they were gonna do that, they would need the director who's doing like the Lighthouse and everything else, like because I feel like he already did it in Spider-Man, the Raimi Spider-Man, and it was, I mean, probably intentionally very hokey and very corny, and I feel like he could probably do that pretty well. But you need a good director. It is so easy to have egg on your face if someone is not directing you properly doing that. So I think he could do it, but yeah, it had to be done very, very carefully. I'm with you. I think I would see. I would like to see that, but there's a risk involved because he's already done it, and you can argue it's fun, it's goofy and silly, but I mean, is it good? Is it dramatic? Is it like creepy and everything? Like, I don't know if I'd say that, but I think he can do that.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. I don't think Snow White 2025 was not perfect, certainly. I liked it though. Rachel Zegler was great and I appreciated its uniqueness at times as well.
I've seen people that like it, and say what you say, like it's fine. And maybe some of it is, they're just lowering, the bar with the Disney live action remakes and stuff. But no, I don't think it's the worst of them I've seen, but I don't think it's one of the better ones either. But I've definitely seen people that just kind of shrug, like, it's fine.
Taylor, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, I recently saw The Banshees of Inisherin and I really loved it since it's a Searchlight Picture movie and he plans to talk about it for Disney-cember.
Maybe. It's tricky to talk about with. Yeah, no, it is. I was gonna say it's tricky to talk about without going into spoilers with it. At least in terms of why it's so great. And I do tell people because I've heard people come up to me, friends and family, and say, I just saw the best movie of the year. And our people come out and say, I just saw the worst movie of the year. And I get both. And I feel like if you go in with the mindset that this is just a very, 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 very dark comedy, you're going to see why it's so great.
Brady, thank you for the $5 super chat. I think I made a YouTuber named Star Wars Theory mad at you. It's about the top 11 good things in the prequels.
Well, thanks. No, it's okay. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. But
Super Droid, thank you for the 500 bits. One of my least favorite cliches that I can't stand are the villain any last words cliche. Then the hero saying a cheesy and lame response before beating the bad guy. It was cool at first, but got annoying. You're not going to finish the person off. Stop saying it. Your thoughts on this cliche?
Yeah, unless they do something different with it, I agree. I'm always kind of shocked when it's not often because it is so old, but yeah, when I do still see it in something, especially if it's something smart, I'm always kind of like, really?
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the original Dawn of the Dead, who was your favorite of the four main characters?
I gotta watch it again. So I've only seen it once, and I did like it, but I remember like sections. I remember scenes in terms of like I don't remember the characters being like, one or two were a little, but I don't remember them like that specifically. So I think I have to go and watch it again.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, since Static Shock left Max, how do you feel about not being able to finish the series? Will you buy the DVDs?
Yeah, I'm pissed. I just started it. I was really liking it. Yeah, do I have that on my list? Maybe I don't. I'm gonna add that on my Christmas list. Yeah, thank you.
Chris, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you prefer Disneyland or Disney World? Personally, I prefer Disneyland Park over Magic Kingdom, but I still like Disney World more overall.
It's been a while since I've been to either. I think I still prefer Disney World, but there are things in Disneyland Park that you're right are better or just really good. The Cars section, I know because I don't get into those movies, but the Cars section is really cool.
Sean, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug, you've mentioned in the past about possibly reviewing the other Monty Python films. If you do, would you include Live at the Hollywood Bowl? The Michelangelo sketch still makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny. Probably not. Again, I don't know how many people would click on it. Yeah, I guess like Holy Grail and Life of Brian would probably do it. Life of Brian it might be a little tricky, but yeah, no, I wouldn't mind talking about both of those.
Magic Window, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's the whole story with that video of you quitting your old job with the boombox?
It's exactly what it looks like. That was my first video. It's funny because everyone either knows me at, for this Nostalgia Critic and everything, or they know me as that guy that quit his job, ripping open his shirt, says I quit and dance around the boombox. So yeah, like usually once a year that makes the rounds either on like a news program or like a top 10 best way to quit your job thing. And sometimes they bring up that this is what I'm doing now. So either way, even if they don't, I mean, it's just fun. It was my way. It was getting back at a guy who was trying to get me fired. So I did the thing where I quit. There we go. But then also, it was my way of kind of convincing myself to go into a creative field because I was going to illustration. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna. I know I probably should, but this is just gonna be the kick in the pants to be okay. At least try it. Maybe you have to get another regular job, but at the very least, this is gonna kick you to say, give something creative a shot because this now exists and people can look it up. So you have to really, really go and show to yourself, prove to yourself that you are going to take this seriously and you're going to try everything that you can to do something creative. And like I said, it did eventually pay off, just not in illustration.
Michael, thank you for the $2 super chat. Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Only the first Spy Kids movie or a catch-all review. There's 5 movies total now, including third one, which you obviously covered nearly 9 years ago now.
I did. Last I heard there was... No, that's right. They had some sort of reunion or something, didn't they? Yeah, it's one.
Michael, thank you. Bernsey, thank you for the 500 bits. There's a video called How Jason Statham Got Stuck Playing Jason Statham. Check it out. It's pretty funny.
That does sound interesting. Actually, I might check that out.
Breeze, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you watch Stargate SG-1 or Stargate Atlantis? Please review Second Sight with Belky and Ladybugs.
I have. I hear they're great. The Stargate shows, but yeah, I never have checked them out. Again, I was just sort of like, to the movie that when the shows came out, I was just sort of like, I'm sure this sucks too. But I guess it's like, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer of TV show adaptations.
The Mass Nerd, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, Heather, I have to warn ye, there tornado super outbreak coming at ye. Keep the office safe, Doug. This news kind of blew me away.
And knowing our luck, he'll probably blow us away too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, well, we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Beverly Hills Cop, which of Eddie Murphy's sidekicks do you like more? John Astin or Judge Reinhold?
Can I say Balky? Doesn't he count? I mean, I know he doesn't have a big scene, but he's just so great. Probably Astin. He's a lot of fun.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Possible NC for Talladega Nights or Anchorman?
I really like those movies. I don't know what I can add to them. Talladega Nights, I'm especially surprised I like because I don't get into NASCAR at all. I have no interest. I just thought that movie was so funny. Blades of Glory is another one I just absolutely love.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen Rudyard Kipling's The Man Who Would Be King? It stars Sean Connery, Michael Caine, and Christopher Plummer. Its plot seemed like it inspired The Road to El Dorado.
I know what it is. I haven't seen it. I should, because that's a great cast. That's a great author, so I should probably check it out.
Mazo, thank you for that 15 or 16-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome
Thank
back.
you.
Appreciate that. 16 months already? Time flew. Also, effing bubbles.
Effing bubbles. It just doesn't sound the same, does it?
No. Alex, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, do you think they should make a Batman Beyond movie with Keaton as Old Man Bruce?
I think it would bring back too many reminders of the Flash. I didn't think the Flash was like awful or anything, but we've already seen it. Even Ezra Miller kind of looked like the young Batman in that. So it probably makes sense to get someone. I'd be lying if I said it wouldn't be kind of cool, but But I don't know. Like my guts tell me probably get someone else. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not going to happen anyway. But for fan casting, it'd be cool. But I don't know if it would work.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. As a kid, I actually watched 1994's The Flintstones a lot. Didn't get the embezzlement stuff, obviously, but that wasn't meant for kids, though. Haha.
Yeah, that was clearly stuff meant for adults because there was so much stuff meant for adults in that movie.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, what's your favorite performance, the most underrated role and overrated role from Eddie Murphy?
Man, what's the most under? I really see. I always forget if it's Bullworth or Bullfinger. I always get them confused. Whatever one has Eddie Murphy in it. I love him as the actor in that movie because it just really looks like he's losing his mind, and it's just so easy to believe he's losing his mind, and it's so funny. So I guess that's underrated. Overrated? I don't know. They're mostly. I like him as Donkey in the first Shrek movie. I'm not sure I fell in love with him like everybody did. Again, that was more like in the second film. I liked him a lot more. So I guess I can say overrated, but I don't think he's bad in it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Doom Patrol, how do you feel when Timothy Dalton left the show? Did his absence affect the show for you at all?
Yes and no. I thought there's a lot of things they changed around as the show went on, which was distracting. Weirdly, that wasn't too distracting for me because of how they did it, because of what you find out about him and their reaction to him and the kind of characters that they are, and that this would be their reaction to what they find out about him. So that didn't distract me too much, surprisingly. Definitely not as much as other things. I'm still listening up just close the blinds
Okay.
here.
Mustard Man, thank you for the 500 bits. All right, Doug, you know the drill by now. In a few weeks, do a review of the original How to Train Your Dragon where you heavily praise it. And then in November, beat the remake with the ugly stick.
Yeah, maybe I should do that. It's not a bad idea. I didn't even have that down. I'm just like, yeah, I probably should. It's not bad.
Andrew, thank you for the $5 super chat. Now that Andor Season 2 is underway, I comfortably say that Arcane, Andor, and Invincible are my favorite shows of the 2020s. What's your opinion of this list?
I think it's pretty good. When did Undone come out? Was that? No, that was before. I think it was before 2020. But that one's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to dispute it. It's a pretty good list.
Kerplunk, thank you for the $2 super chat. Michael, thank you for the $2 super chat. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And the DuckTales reboot, what do you think of Penny the Alien?
That's another one I'm blanking on for some reason. It's been a hot minute since I've seen it. Let's see. DuckTales, Penny the Alien. I kind of remember her. Was she like a general or something? I remember her being all right. Most of the alien subplot was fine. I think I got more into the Della character and her reaction to all that than what was actually going on with the aliens. But I don't remember it being bad.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, you ever get the chance to see the stinger after the credits of the Rugrats movie in the time since I previously brought it up to you here?
I can't remember if I did. I'd have to look it up again. I'm sorry. It's been a hot minute.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen The Dead Zone with Christopher Walken? Possible nostalgia-ween? The ice is gonna break.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. The movie's fine, and he's mostly fine. It's mainly just that bit where you got to snicker at the way he says that. But everything else in the movie, it's totally fine for what it is. I don't know if I can get a ton of material outside of that.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. I find it ironic that Teen Titans had so many dark and seemingly messed up scenes, yet they couldn't say the name Deathstroke. Why was that not allowed?
I was frozen today.
That's really weird. I don't know. Oh, was it a copyright thing? I thought maybe they didn't have the rights to use them in TV or something like that. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong about that. But yeah, I legit don't know.
Dark Sea, thank you for the $6 super chat. Currently trying to write a live-action script of Captain Planet in modern times with, I hope, original cast. My question is, do you think it should be?
It'd have to be very carefully done. There definitely had to be a self-awareness to it. I don't know. I could see like in my perfect world, it would not be. I mean, you could make fun of environmentalism now, but be making fun of environmentalism in the '90s, which there was a lot of weird stuff that people like. Not even that was bad. It was just why that like the rainforest was like the rainforest, guys. My God, like it was just everywhere and everything, and it's just like that. That seems like such an odd thing to fixate on. So I feel like if you kind of made fun of that, that could be fun. Like maybe a new teen is chosen and the teens of, you know, the old days are still there. Maybe they're not even teens anymore. Like have fun with it kind of thing and sort of mock that style. But you'd have to be careful because I feel like it could get either cringy, preachy, or both pretty easily.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think of Dorian from The Mask? Do you think he's a good villain?
The actor's fine. I think the character's a complete bore. I think when he puts on the mask, it's really boring. I was really excited for something funny to happen with that when he's just a big bad guy. I'm like, all right. Like there was something really disappointing when that happened. Like, oh, this is gonna be the rest of the movie. Huh, all right. Well, Jim Carrey's still in it. The dog's still good. But there was something really disappointing when he put that mask on.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Did you ever watch The Clone Wars?
The show, yeah, I did a Disney December review. I think pretty sure I did a vlog series on the seasons. I think.
Okay.
So yeah, I did. You can see more detailed thoughts there.
Maze, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you ever know there were other Alvin and the Chipmunks movies? There are 2 animated ones called Meet Frankenstein and Meet the Wolfman. Man.
Yeah, doesn't that sound ridiculous? But apparently, like, if you're an Alvin and the Chipmunks fan, it's like one of the best things that they usually bring up. So I don't know. One of these days, maybe I'll do them for Halloween, Nostalgia Halloween, or something like that. But yeah, just to see what the heck people are talking about.
Trip, thank you for the $10 super chat. Did you get a chance to revisit the Animaniacs episode Hooray for North Hollywood? It's the one the Warners write a screenplay, plots, rejects, that ends up becoming a smash hit. LA. Ring a bell.
No, I still didn't. I remember you bringing that up before, and yeah, still not ringing a bell, which is so weird. I have seen them all, but yeah. So the ones in the later season, the last season, are definitely ones that I remember some, but I don't have like the strongest memories of them. I think the others I would record and watch over and over, and then we were moving when the last season happened, so I was already kind of losing track. So yeah, it's not one I'm super familiar with. Sorry.
Eccentric Gentleman, thank you for the 10-pound super chat. I'm going to mess some of these up, so I'm so sorry. Would you consider Compario, Compare the Meek Rat, Turn Birdie, Consent and Tea, Wake Up to Milk, Smarties Have the Answers, and the Tetley Tea Folk for this year's commercials?
Man, I would have sworn that was a trap. I'm just hearing all these. I'm like, no, it's got to be a trap in there somewhere. I guess I'll try to look them up. We always do watch our socials because we always do a thing where we say, everybody, recommend commercials to us and we check it out. So definitely when it gets close to November, that's usually when we do it. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. Recommend them then.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you read the book Tuesdays with Maury or saw the made-for-TV movie with Jack Lemmon in one of his last roles?
Boy, that sounds familiar. I don't think I have Tuesdays at Maury's.
With Maury.
Oh, with Maury.
Tuesdays with M-O-R-R-I-E is what they have.
Yeah, I don't. I have. Looks interesting. I'll try to check it out.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In The Mask, I think they should have kept in the deleted scene of Peggy's death because it always bothered me that after Dorian gets the mask, she just vanishes from the movie. What are your thoughts?
It's weird because on the one hand, that death is more like what Jim Carrey's The Mask would almost do, kind of thing. But I guess it does kind of show like he still has like the goofy powers as well. It didn't bother me that much. I kind of like the idea of like just she betrays him, she takes the money, she just runs. But yeah, I'm not particularly strong one way or another about it.
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. Favorite character from The Sandlot? For me, I'd probably go with Squints.
Squint.
I
I
got
had a
worried
friend
you
that.
froze there for a second. Then I realized,
Oh,
no,
sorry.
he's just thinking. All right.
This is serious. I got to think of the favorite kid from The Sandlot. I had a friend who was very much like, yeah. So I always kind of look at him and I think back to like kind of what a cool kid he was. But in terms of the best, probably I can't remember what the kid's actual name is. So I'll just say Hambino, the great Hambino. He's probably my favorite, but Squints is pretty great.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on the film Being There? I thought Peter Sellers was entirely convincing in a role that could have easily felt cloying and pretentious. Might be my favorite performance of his.
Yes, I wish I knew going in that was the first movie to do something like that. Because it's like E.T., where E.T. it's a good movie, but it was kind of ruined for me because I saw so many other movies and shows doing this setup. So and if you see the movie, you know what, again, I don't want to give it away. But it is good. As far as I know, I think that's the first movie to show outtakes at the end. It's just him trying to say one line as the credits keep rolling. I think that was the first one to ever do it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And I like the abstract nature of what is that ending and what's kind of the different ways you can interpret it. So yeah, I did really enjoy it. He's very, very good in it.
Sorry, YouTube is saying YouTube is saying the audio is cutting in and out, but I have no idea why it's doing that because
Oh man. Oh.
literally everything
Oh,
looks
sorry.
fine on my end. Everything looks fine. I have no idea why it's doing that. Cool.
Maybe I'm just thinking too long.
What a day. What a day today.
Sorry, man.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, I live down the road from where they shot Creatures from the Black Lagoon. It's amazing seeing the building decked out with photos.
You know, that's one of the few Universal monster movies I haven't seen. I gotta check that one out. I'm actually, I know what the creature looks like, but yeah, aside from that, I never actually seen it. I should watch it.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. NC for The Bear, 80s wildlife movie, and or Somewhere in Time. I would definitely click on those.
Again, I don't think anyone else would click on them. I do like Somewhere in Time, even though the subplot with the bad guy and everything I think is a little much. But yeah, if you okay, am I gonna say this right? If you give your heart to it, it actually is very, very good. But it is one of those where you have to realize, yeah, it's kind of a I don't know how you put it. I don't want to say romantic fan fiction, like a romantic fan fiction, but it's definitely very much along the lines of like emotional storytelling. Don't go in taking stuff very literal. I don't think that's the right way to go into that movie, but it is legit very romantic. And we've been to that island, that Mackinac Island, where they shot it, and it is a beautiful place.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. While you got a few in the planning already, would love to see way more Nick movies and see not just bulk up my playlist, but to see you cover them too.
I think the one I have on the list is because I hear even if you don't know the show, if you like the movie, the Wild Thornberrys movie, I gotta see, because apparently a lot of people say it's like all the critics were like, I've never seen an episode of this, and this is stupid charming. So I gotta check that one out.
Eccentric Gentleman, thank you for the £5 super chat. Would you check out the French naturally juicy ads for this year's commercials? I guarantee you'll freak out.
You know, just the title of it has me intrigued. Like, okay, well, what do they do with that?
Yeah, right?
I'll probably check it out.
Peter, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Doug, since you did a top 11 best episodes list for shows like Simpsons, Batman, and Gravity Falls, might you do one on Amphibia or The Owl House? P.S. Love your Stargate review. Enjoy Rob's jokes. Enjoy Rob's jokes, rather.
With Amphibia, probably not, because like I remember liking it, but like I remember seasons more than I remember episodes, if that makes sense. Owl House, maybe I could do, because I still have a pretty clear memory of episodes. I'll look into it. I don't do that many top 11 lists, unless like something happens where I'm short on time. So we'll see.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, in Uncharted 4, what do you think of the scene where Nathan finds out that Sam lied to him? I mean, a lot of the stuff with Nathan and Sam, I think, is the best part of Uncharted 4. So I don't remember exactly that like moment specifically, but a lot of the stuff with Nathan and Sam was my favorite part, so I'm sure I enjoyed it. JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I'm really disappointed with Disney. I thought by now Star Wars, the theatrical cuts would be out.
It is weird. I agree. I mean, unless there's some sort of big anniversary coming up, like like whatever, a 50 or 60, I don't
50
know,
is
but
coming up.
maybe they're saving it for that. Because it is really odd that they haven't done that. Yeah, they can now. There's kind of no reason. So that's the only thing I can figure.
Spidey, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you see the Time Bandits and Baron? What? Did you see Time Bandies and Baron Munchausen?
Munchausen.
I know you like Gilliam's Brazil, and these 3 films make what's called the Imagination Trilogy.
I saw Time Bandits. I like it. I know it was a huge hit when it came out. I'm not like in love with it, but I do like it. Munchausen, I love the visuals and some of the ideas, but it really does get lost in its own. It does get lost in itself a lot. It's hard to say I hate it or anything, but I don't know if it works. Time Bandits legit works. It's a good movie, and Brazil's my all-time favorite one. So yeah.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen Horrible Bosses?
Yeah, I remember liking it. I heard the second one's not good, but I remember the first one being pretty funny.
Zach, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Are you coming to any cons in Texas? I would like to see if you make it to the Lone Star State.
As of now, no. We literally just vacationed in Texas this year, though, so we did visit. But as of now, no. If there's a con there that you want us out to, say, hey, we want Jell Awesome there, and see if you can get us out there.
Dark, thank you for the $10 super chat. Since you did a Nick Cage month, can or will you do one for, say, Bill Murray, Tim Curry, or even Al Pacino?
I had a Tim Curry month, that's one of the ones on the list, but there's so many other months that always kind of, weigh it out. So it's written down, but I don't know when/if I'll ever get to it.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you watched any of the Star Wars fan restorations?
No. I don't know if that's like a different editing thing or if they just brush up the they just go to the original copy of the movie and they brush it up, make it look nicer. Either way, I haven't seen it.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Heather. Have you seen the real-life giant Gundam robot in Japan? Now they just have to build a mecha giraffe. I have. I did. I was actually living in Japan while they were building it on Odaiba.
Whoa.
So, I got to see it like slowly get raised, and they did a special event right around my birthday that I went to where they had the bits of it and parts of it on the ground. So you could go stand next to the head, or I sat in the hand. I was like,
that's really cool.
Sitting in the hand of a Gundam. I wanted to cry. But now it's the Unicorn Gundam at Odaiba, and I really have to go see it now that it's the Unicorn Gundam. But anyway, sorry, got Gundam nerdy for a second.
That's very cool.
Strider for Life and JL, thank you for those 69 bits, all based around my laser Freudian slip earlier. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen the Bruce Campbell film My Name is Bruce?
No, I probably should. I heard it was pretty fun. I should probably give it a watch.
Peter, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug and Heather, how's Rob doing? Has he recovered from his LASIK operation?
Oh, yeah. As far as I know, I guess I haven't asked him about it much.
That's your brother, Doug.
Well, you know what it is? We're both people, and I'm ashamed to admit, we're both people where whenever anything is wrong with us, we talk about it.
Yeah.
Some would say complain, but no, we just politely discuss. So I think if it was still giving him an issue, he would probably talk about. So I'm assuming he's doing fine. But yeah, I guess I should just ask. Because around this point, I was fine. I think maybe some light still had a little bit of the halo around it, but at this point, I remember being okay.
Oh, someone said, I didn't know he was in the hospital. I hope he's okay. He wasn't in the hospital. He just had LASIK for his eyes. So he's not in the hospital. It's all good. He was in surgery for literally 15 minutes, actually.
For a second, I thought, because that was said so fast, I thought did they get news I did? What, did this just happen? Well, I'm like, oh, wait, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah, we were just talking about LASIK. So he's all good for sure. Haunted Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. Ever notice how Star Wars is this whole diverse galaxy, but the naming convention is kind of the same? Han Solo, Dash Rendar, Kel Kestis, Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, Bix Colleen, Boba Fett, etc.
I always thought Boba Fett was very silly sounding. Boba Fett, I don't know. That sounds like Jabba's brother or something like that. Like the fact that when you see this thing, this cool looking bounty hunter, what's his name? Boba.
It's
What's last name?
Boba, to be
Fett.
fair. It's not Bubba.
Oh, Boba. Yeah, what's his name? Boba. Oh, it's so different. I'm sorry. I made that sound ridiculous. Boba. Oh my God, so much more dignified. Oh, what's his last
Bubba?
name? Fett. Yeah, they both sound ridiculous. So yeah. I guess. I mean, I think the idea is just trying to create like, you know, it's like in Harry Potter, why they all sound like, you know, germs and weeds and stuff like that, because that's literally where she got them from, you know. So I mean, I think that's just the style.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I think a new business model for movies should be eye out there. If people are ill and can't go to the movies, they should have the option to watch it at home. For those who want to watch it in the theaters, they should have the option to.
I can see something like that maybe happening, but it'll be far in the future because they want people to go see movie and pay more money to see in theaters and have a communal thing going on, stuff like that. But after the pandemic, it would not be, and people have gotten used to watching stuff at home. We're seeing a little bit of that bleed over, but it hasn't gone full force yet. It'll be interesting to see if it goes that route. I get the feeling it will, but it's going to be a ways away.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Mitchell's versus the Machines, what do you think of the villain Pal?
I have to see it again. I don't even remember. I mean, I remember obviously the aliens and the machines and stuff like that, but I mean, I don't remember the villain that specifically. I'd have to watch it again.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you know that Sonic SatAM was actually canceled because it got into a ratings war with Power Rangers? Not a joke. It's been confirmed.
Oh. Stupid Power Rangers. Just give me another reason not to like the show.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Mitchell's versus the Machines, which of the two leads do you think gives a better performance? Danny McBride as the father or Abby Jacobson as the daughter?
Jacobson. I remember the personality more. I remember the voice acting more and everything. And McBride's good. I mean, he does a good job. But if you're comparing the two, I can't remember her standing out a hint more.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Speaking of Holy Grail, will you go to the theaters for its 40th anniversary 2-day run?
You know, probably not. It's just one of those where it's like, I like that movie. Do I need to see it on the big screen? Probably not.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. What's your favorite SpongeBob episode?
Trying to think. Trying to think of what one had me laughing pretty hard. Whatever one had SpongeBob throwing the rainbow to his wallet, follow me, and just jumps over. He gets his wallet out, because I think that's also the one where they're on the run and they're around the fire. It's like, hey, how can fire exist underwater? Poof. I just remember that one having really funny jokes that made me laugh quite a bit. I also like the one where Sally's homesick. That just has another joke I love where she laughs so bad, SpongeBob, and then just a nuclear explosion happens. I just love, what the hell happened?
Maori Link, thank you for the $10 super chat. Good day. What are your thought about Disney Company? What are you thought Disney Company was going to die?
I'll have the soup.
Yeah, I think they're saying maybe, like, did you think Disney was going to go under?
No. So I was talking with Rob about that during that, was it 2022? Is that when the real big everything get bombing and everything? Because if they got really desperate, they could just start selling off, property, sell off Marvel, sell off Lucas, and stuff like that. I feel like they have been in deeper holes, but not by much. It's not like this is nothing, but I feel like I have seen them dig themselves out of deeper.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, are you enjoying Severance so far?
I am. We just finished season 1 and we loved it. It's funny. I really liked the first chunk, but maybe episode 6 or 7, suddenly like it just became riveting. And I just could not wait. Like, I think when we got to like episode 7, we watched something like 3 episodes in a row because we're like, we can't stop there. We got to keep going. I like it when a show does that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Beverly Hills Cop, what do you think of the villain Victor Maitland? Sorry.
I gotta watch it again. I'm kind of blanking on the villain in that. I remember more like the side characters and obviously Murphy in it, but I gotta watch it again.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. And see on Daddy Daycare, I really think Eddie Murphy does really well with a plot that we can admit has been done countless times.
You know, it's funny. I heard that movie was terrible. I've got recommendations for it just because it's so bad, apparently, but I haven't seen it. So maybe I'll check it out.
Matt, thank you for the $10 super chat. Evening, Doug and Heather. What was a
Hey.
recast for a voice acting role that you went, why weren't they originally cast?
So I don't know if this really answers the question necessarily, but the replacement voice for Spike in Cowboy Bebop, I think, is better than the original. It's one of the few times the dub is better. And that's what I'm talking about, the English versus Japanese.
Gotcha.
Where all the others sound good and sound right, but like Spike is the one where it's like, nah, just this thin, lanky dude who's, kind of like a little bit of a scoundrel. Say, he should have that kind of voice, a little bit of that Jack Nicholson voice, a little bit, in the Japanese way, it's very low down here, talking very low. And I'm like, that's fascinating to me.
Yeah, I can only really think of like older animes that like had older dubs that were not very good, but then they got redubbed. Like Gundam. Gundam got redubbed and it was better than the original Gundam dub that I saw decades ago.
I've never seen like a great dub of Akira, but a part of me does, just because both versions that I've seen are both like really awkward and corny, but they're kind of for different reasons. So one is technically better, but doesn't stand out as much. So because of that, I do kind of like the original a little bit more. The first English dub of Akira. I'm not saying it's like great or even that good, but it's very memorable and it's very easy to quote. I still love "shut up, shut up, shut up" as opposed to "discipline, discipline." That's not nearly as funny.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. Disney released a 3D view of the Powerline concert from Goofy Movie. If interested, I know you are lukewarm on the movie, Doug.
Oh, I like Goofy Movie. I think it's a good film. What's the 3D what on Powerline?
3D view of the Powerline concert.
3D view. Okay, made like a VR thing, or I'm not sure what that is, or maybe just like a 3D model, like online. I don't know, but I'll say this: that's probably like for a lot of people, that's like their favorite scene. That's probably the one that does the least for me. So it's probably not something I would go check out. But I love the opening song of that. Like somebody did a live action recreation of that opening song, and that's like the thing I watched over and over because I was just like, wow, holy smokes, I can't believe somebody did this.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. A small moment with Dorian I like in The Mask is when he breaks down when his friend dies. While he is mostly a stereotypical villain, that is a little human moment I really like. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the actor's good. He's trying to bring some, it's weird to say credibility, but definitely something grounded in that movie. He has to be a believable threat. And like, if you took him out of that movie, they put him in like Usual Suspects, where he's basically playing the same character, and he plays it great. So if you didn't see all the scenes with Jim Carrey and the green face and everything, I mean, you swear this is like some sort of crime thriller.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. Could you do a Nostalgia Critic on Disney's Sleeping Beauty? It's one of my favorite early Disney movies.
I was just thinking about that. Because I do go back and I watch parts of that movie quite. I watched the climax over and over, the fighting the dragon and everything, and just the backgrounds are just so stellar and just look amazing in a Blu-ray 4K and all that. So I was thinking about it, and actually remind me to write that down. I think I'm going to write that down.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Teen Titans Ed, Ed, and Eddie are also leaving Max in May. Sigh.
Oh, that's I was gonna say a sad about Teen Titans, but I'm like, I never have seen Ed and Eddie. I should. A lot of people tell me it's really funny.
Yeah,
And
you'd
it's
like Ed and Eddie, I
a
think.
lot of fun. And it is one of those where every time I see a little bit, I'm like, I bet I would have loved this growing up. I wish I saw this growing up.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Stinger from the Rugrats movie. Grandpa Lou sleeping in the Reptar wagon. The goat bucks him down the driveway and then down the street as Busta plays.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. I mean, it didn't get any big reaction. I mean, it's nice having a cute little something at the end, but I mean that you can see why I forgot it.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Will we ever see the return of malice and or carrot juice for the Alice NCs?
If I can think of something that, they would work in, they'd be required for, but top of my head, I can't think of anything.
Axel, thank you for the $10 super chat. I was a huge fan back in the day of these hilarious shorts you used to make, like Ask That Guy, Bloodbeard Joe, Kneel Before Zod, etc. How come you don't make vids like that anymore?
Just I'm older and this stuff takes a lot of time. Yeah, I mean, remember, I got started in this, I think mid to late 20s where I had a lot more energy. I still have a fair amount of energy, but I mean, I guess compared to the average person, and even then, not always, I do have chronic fatigue and it can still knock me out. But I'm still writing it, editing it, starring in it, directing it, all that stuff. So as you get older, it does take more out of you.
Virilith Music, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hello from Central Wisconsin. Been watching since 2007. I'm wondering if you might ever do a Riddick month in the future reviewing those movies. I'd like to see your take on them.
I've never seen one all the way through. And the funny thing is, when Chronicles of Riddick came out, I was super excited for it. I just never saw a movie that looked like that. I didn't even know it was connected to Pitch Black. And then when the movie came out, everyone was like, just nothing much to it. But every time it's on TV, it looks so friggin' cool. And I always watch like 10 minutes wherever it is. And I'm like, this movie looks awesome. Why doesn't this work? So one of these days, yeah, I do want to sit down, probably see them all, because you're right, there are 3 the more I think about it. And I know Pitch Black is good, but I haven't seen it. And I just really want to see Riddick just to be like, okay, what are people talking about? Maybe when it all comes together, I'll see what they're talking about. But every time I see like 10 minutes or so, I think it looks cool.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Favorite scene from Princess Mononoke?
Let's see. Man, I like the I forget what it's called, the spirit of the forest, whatever it's called. Anytime that thing is just walking, I think that's really cool. I love the fight between Minnie Driver's character and Mononoke. Almost any scene with Minnie Driver's character, I think is fantastic. I think that's such a great character. Yeah, those are some good ones.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. Could you do a Disney December for Loki? He's going to be in Avengers Doomsday, and without giving away anything, the end of season 2 is pretty important.
I should, yeah, because I really liked the first season, and then for some reason I just didn't check out the second season. Even though everyone said it was great. I'll see what I can do. I'll try to get to it this year. I can't make that promise because a bunch of our shows I'm trying to get through, but I do really want to finish it up.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your opinions of Jet Black and Radical Edward from Cowboy Bebop? A lot of people seem to prefer Spike and Faye, but personally, I like Jet and Ed as characters more. Ed's a fantastic character.
Ed for a while was one of my favorite characters. I mean, she's still one of my favorite characters. I mean, if you want me just take out the computer stuff. If you want me as a kid, that was me. I was just bouncing off the walls, energy, always in my own world and everything. And every time I see her, I'm like, yeah, that's me as a kid. But she's also a good character even outside of that, just with the past and everything. I love how they end her story. It's both very fulfilling and unfulfilling at the same time. I feel like so much of Cowboy Bebop is that, which I think is wonderful. And Jet Black, I think, is a great character too. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm trying to think, what would even my order be? I'd probably be Ed, maybe Jet, then Spike, then Faye. Like maybe Jet and Spike would be switched around depending on how I'm feeling. But they're all still great characters. There's like not really any bad characters in there. So no, I think they're all great.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Heather. Aside from Seto Kaiba, who is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character? Mine has to be Joey. Why would you not let me choose Kaiba? Okay, I love Kaiba. For some reason, I can't remember why, but man, I loved My Valentine, or I can't remember what her Japanese name actually is outside of the English dub, but I really liked Mai. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. I think you like the Wild Thornberry movie, especially since Tim Curry plays the dad.
Yeah, I hear he's really good in it. I can see what those memes are about, where his face is everywhere.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Most disturbing Super Bowl commercial is Puppy Monkey Baby. My dad and I turned to look at each other on the couch with WTF confused looks.
It's funny that one still gets a reaction from people, because I thought it was just so obvious that's what it was trying to do, and I feel like a lot of commercials are trying to do back then, but for some reason that one still really connects and gives people nightmares. So yeah, I guess it's doing its job.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Heather and Doug. I'm most of the way through Better Call Saul, and I have to ask, who's your favorite character? For me, it's a tough choice between Kim and Jimmy.
Man, because it's tough because you already got Gus and Michael in there too. I think the next, because they did one on Breaking Bad, they did one on Better Call Saul. I think they should, I don't know, like Wrecking Life with Wexler or something like that. I think Kim should be the star of the next one. I think there's enough that's open at the end of that season. I like to know what happens. So I'll probably say her, and she's just played so great too. All those characters are so fascinating.
We're gonna have to pick it up a bit here. We had some last minute ones coming in here. Burnsy, thank you for the 500 bits. Did you ever see the movie Wolf Cop? You could try doing a Canadian December or perhaps a Canadian July.
Never heard of it. Try and check it out.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. What's your favorite scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Maybe the rabbit. The rabbit's pretty funny.
Movie Lover, thank you for the 50 bits. Oops. Which Jack Black video game movie did you hate more, Borderlands or Minecraft?
Borderlands is pretty annoying.
Brady, thank you for the $5 super chat. Earlier, I was trying to warn you because I'm pretty sure a bunch of angry Star Wars fans might be coming after you.
We're used to it.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. And Monty Python and the Holy Grail, what do you think of the killer rabbit?
My favorite scene in the movie, literally just said.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, in a Goofy movie, what do you think of the song Nobody Else But You? Why am I blanking on that? I can only think of If We Listen to Each Other's Heart.
It's the when they're on the car, I think. I think it's one of the more forgettable songs. It's when they're floating down the river.
Gotcha. Oh, right. That one. Yeah, I think Eye to Eye is probably the most iconic one.
Mm-hmm.
KJK, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug, have you ever considered a review on Scorsese's Cape Fear? I feel like it's nostalgic enough and has enough to talk about, especially if you compare it to the original.
Yeah, I don't know how many people would click on that. I don't even know how many people remember that. Well, in terms of like just the average internet YouTuber.
Magma Block, thank you for the $5 super chat. You've stated many times that Brazil is your favorite movie. Do you ever plan on doing an NC review of it?
You know, somebody did bring up, I think it'd be the 40th anniversary this year, and it is technically a Christmas movie, very technically, so I've been debating whether or not to do it in December. I might.
Lord Raddington, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Doug, remember you saying you didn't scare easily in your first stream of Resident Evil 2? Completely unrelated question. Will you be trying out Resident Evil 7?
Maybe. We'll see how 2 goes.
James, thank you for the $10 super chat. I learned about some genre send-up films I will have to check out. Prison A Go-Go Zombies, Kung Fu, and Go Girls, The Lost Skeleton of Kadavara, The Ghastly Love of Johnny X, and Lobster Man from Mars.
Cool. Good luck with that.
Breeze, thank you for the $5 super chat. Please check out Overreacting Movie Scenes.
I think I will.
Dark Sea, thank you for the $10 super chat. Just had an idea. Blank Check 2. The kid all grown up and also an FBI along with his wife/boss, and they hunt online scammer who target kids through MMOs. Your thoughts?
I don't know if enough people saw the first one to warrant it. Maybe a Disney Plus movie. I could see that.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. You've stated you like supernatural horror films. So what are your thoughts on the Final Destination films, especially since it's getting another?
I've only seen the first two. I remember liking them fine. I never got like super into them, but they were good.
Pudgy Bear, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Your videos on crappy animated productions are my favorites. Have you seen Dingo Pictures' Aladdin? It makes Rhapsody look like a masterpiece.
Oh, wow, holy smokes. No, but I feel like I have to check it after hearing that.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think of the castle Ugh?
Well, he died while writing it, so I don't have anything to say. The person that saw it died.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. NC on Dodgeball. It's hilarious since it has many jokes that really wouldn't be allowed nowadays.
I guess that's another one I don't have a ton to say. Like, it's funny. I like it. I just don't have much to comment on.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Bald, 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 my eyes. Great, fantastic. And with that, we caught up. Holy cow.
All right.
All right, fantastic. Master Mario over on Twitch says, when you went to school, did you use lunch cards or paper money? I usually used lunch cards. I was in school from 1997 to 2010. I think I read schools now use apps or something.
That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I mean, I still was in the time where I just used lunch money.
Yeah, right?
Paper money, yeah.
Yeah, I mostly used paper money, but by high school, we had like a little card that you could use. Brady, thank you for the $5 super chat. Look up Wojtek the Bear. Thank me later. It's WOJTEX? Or not X, sorry, K. WOJTEK. The Bear.
Okay. I mean, I see a bear. There is probably some sort of story to this. I will try to check it out.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think of SpongeBob movie?
I liked it, but I'm not like a huge I like SpongeBob fine. I never got like super into it. I think it was just a hint past my time. So yeah, I like the movie about as much as I like the show.
Michael, thank you for the $2 super chat. Do you remember Rainbow Bright from the 80s?
I do. Yeah, I love the villains, the ones that want everything to be black and white. I remember I would watch the show just because I liked the bad guys in it. I always wanted them to win because I liked everything looking black and white and creepy and weird.
Kerplunk, thank you for the $2 super chat. Do you have any favorite nonfiction books?
Well, I like a lot of autobiographies. I don't know if that counts. I mean, it's technically nonfiction, but yeah. Aside from that, yeah, just biographies, I think.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Rainbow Bright is on YouTube.
Okay. I probably don't need to revisit it. I don't think there'd be much for me now. But when I was a kid, like I said, even when I was a kid, it was just the villains I liked.
All right, and this will have to be our last one here. Michael, thank you for the $2 super chat. What's your favorite Don Bluth movie?
Secret of Nim, hands down, easily my favorite. But my favorite thing of his might be Small One. It is kind of a toss-up between those two because that's a short.
Okay, great. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us today here, folks. Thank you so much for being patient with us.
Yes.
I have no idea what was happening today. It was like
sorry about that.
everything decided to be like, let's break. Let's just, would you like this to basically look like a slideshow sometimes? I don't even know what is happening, but I'll look into it.
Thank you, Heather, for getting through it, because I know I would just panic. I probably would just freeze it, just be like, oh!
Only had a couple of times where I had to be like, Doug, just let me figure this out for 1 second. Crush Level, thank you for that 46-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that. So yes, thank you for your patience, everyone. We always appreciate having you here. We do have content over on Twitch 5 days a week, so come on and head on back. Malcolm will be streaming there tomorrow at 6 o'clock Central Time, and on Friday, Doug will be back here at 6 o'clock Central, both on YouTube and Twitch, playing more Resident Evil 2. So come on and hang out and watch Doug. I think he's gonna meet a certain character you all have been asking about next time. So you'll want to be there. I'm just saying, you'll want to be there, okay?
See what that is.
All right. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of your evening, everyone, and we will see you later.
Bye-bye!